Hare Krishna. Just few minutes. We'll wait for a few more people to join.
Hare Krishna.
Just 2 more minutes, then we'll start.
ಪರವಾಗಿಲ್ಲ.
Okay, let's start the workshop. Welcoming all to Sarvagnya Life Conscious Living. This is a workshop series called Just Add Magic. So we are all adding some magic in our life. So we will know what is that magic today. Okay, these workshops are free because it is priceless, timeless, and is full of knowledge. Okay, I welcome you all. Please accept my pranams. Okay, today's workshop we are going to talk about grounding. So what is grounding? See, here it says that a lot of people are obsessed with ascending. So, but we have not mastered grounding. So grounding we are going to learn is to make our roots stronger, is to make our foundation stronger. Okay. Let's start with the prayer. I request all of you to please, if possible, on your videos and to do the prayer all of us together. Okay, please fold your hands, close your eyes, and all of us together. Asato ma sadgamaya tamaso ma jyotirgamaya mrityo amritam gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Okay. Now I'm going to teach you, as this workshop is going to be a workshop where you're going to learn a certain technology, certain techniques which you can use in your life to make the life much better. Okay, so one thing I'm going to teach you now before we start the workshop is how to activate our Shushumna Nadi. As you know, there we have 72,000 nadis, out of which 3 are very important. Okay, Ida, Pingala and Shushumna. Okay, I'm going to teach you how to activate this nadi. Why again we have to do this is, See, whenever all of you can just experiment it, just hold your hands near your nose, then you can see the breath. You can notice that one of the breath is more constant, right? Not both the nostrils have this equal amount of air. That means in us always the right side is the Ida, left is Pingala, and the middle is Shushumna. Every hour it keeps changing, it's oscillating, either Ida or Pingala. Whenever we have to do any kind of, say, masculine or aggressive activities, so whenever Ida Nadi is activated, our right side is activated, we can do that, like eating, doing some work, managerial work, like that. So when we have to do some feminine work like cooking, cleaning, some artistic work, then when the Pingala Nadi is activated, we can do that. But we want to do something which is good, auspicious, like we are starting a workshop, we are starting your work, starting your day, starting anything new or fresh. It's good to activate our Shushumna Nadi. Okay, I'm going to teach you how to do that. All of you, if possible, again, I request you to on your video so that I will know that how you're doing it well. Just hold your breath again. Just feel it. Like this also you can try. One of your nostrils will have more breath. See, for me, it is left. So whichever nostril has more breath, you hold it. And then I want you to breathe out 21 times strongly. Notice again, whichever is active now. For me, left is active. So I'm closing my left nostril. So now breathe out 21 times strongly. Now you can feel again that both the nostrils will have equal amount of air flowing through. This means you have activated your Shushumna Nadi. Okay. This is one of the techniques which you can use in your life, some technology, before starting any auspicious work, any work in your life. So if you can do that, it's going to it's going to come out with good results. And this is another technology which I'm going to teach you now. It's just a basic tapping technique. I want you to tap, holding your hands, tap your forehead 9 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. Now, holding these two fingers, I want you to tap your eyebrows 9 times. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And side of your eyes here 9 times. Under your eyes 9 times. Upper nose, your chin, collarbone, this collarbone here 9 times. And karate chop this portion with this portion. Karate chop your hands. This portion here, this one. Okay. Just karate chop yourself. Yes. And under your arms. Under the arms. Yes. Okay. I'm going to tell you about this by the end of the workshop, what we did now and how it is going to help us in our day-to-day life. Okay. We will keep just now, we just start with this and then we'll understand this later. Okay. So now today's workshop, as you know, it's about grounding. So what is grounding? We are going to talk about a simple example. Grounding also means foundation. We should have, if you want to build a multi-story building, you need to have a very strong and secure foundation, right? It should be very deep foundation, a strong foundation. Also, if you want to have your bow and arrow and you want to aim it and it has to go very much farther distance, you need to pull the quiver much backside, right? The more back you pull, the more front it will go, right? And also, you would have known the example of bamboo. A bamboo tree, When you sow the bamboo tree, a sapling of that, it will take its own time, 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, for the small little sprout to come out. So what is it doing for such a long time? Is it growing, not growing? Will be confused, right? But what is it actually doing is it is making its roots stronger, going much deeper, deeper, deeper. So once the sapling comes out of the earth, it takes very short time. 1 year's time, it will go such a huge height, 8 feet, 10 feet, 11 feet. It goes so high in just a short period of time. But what did it do for last 3 4 years? It was just making its root stronger and stronger and stronger. So this workshop is about this. How are we going to make our roots into our existence stronger? Okay, this is what we're going to discuss about it. So, to understand ourselves, we have to understand our own present body, which we are in, right? So, as of now, we know that this body is made up of muscles, blood, mucus. This is what we are aware of. But today, I'm going to teach you that the body is not just made of that. We have 5 different layers of our body, which we have to understand. Once we understand the whole holistic picture of how this body is operating, what is it that is lacking, which is not making us prosperous? What is that is lacking, which is having certain pains in our body? What is that which causing me to be suffering in this material world? So if we understand this, the whole holistic picture, then we can live a much, much better, a healthier, a simpler, and a life of contentment is what is will be gifted to you today. This knowledge, which is priceless, which is an eternal knowledge from the Vedic scriptures, is what will be gifted to you. So let's understand and dive into this knowledge today. Okay. The entire universe is made up of energy. As you know, all of us are made up of energy. How is that we're made up of energy is what we're going to learn. It also says that health and wellness are created by harmonious movement of the internal energy called chi, prana, life force. This life energy is called in Chinese as chi, in Vedas it's called as prana, in English it's called as life force. So it's called in different ways. So there should be a harmonious movement of this life energy, the pranic energy within this system. Okay, this is what we are going to learn today. How is it that we are going to make this movement harmonious? And this human body, as we know, how do we know that we are made up of energy? Let's break down everything and find out. Human body comprises of 9 systems. What is that? Just grossly, when we see, we are made up of tissues and organs, right? We have this skin tissue, under that we have muscular tissue, we have the skeletal things. So when you go more deeper inside, what is each tissue and organ made up of? It is made up of cells. And if you still break apart and go inside, each cell is made up of molecules. So what are the molecules made up of? It's made up of atoms. What are atoms of made up of? Made of subatomic particles. If you go more deeper, each subatomic particle is made up of energy. End of the day, we are all made up of energy. We are energy beings. We are bioelectrical beings. So this is what we need to understand as a most primary understanding. Now, so today I'm going to tell you that the issues which we are facing in our Annamaya Kosha, that means in our gross body. Say, for example, I have, say, what the technology which I'm going to teach you today is going to help you to reduce your joint pains, inflammations, and arthritis. So this is what I'm going to claim today. And you can find out how this is true and what the basic mistakes which we are doing in our life to suffer all these things. If I'm going to tell you that by the end of this workshop, you will be able to have your hormones in a proper rhythm. By the end of this workshop, you will be able to calm your upset stomach, your bloating will come to normal. I'm claiming this, stating that your reduces your muscular pain. It also eases the damages which is caused to your system. It is also going to help you to enhance your immune response, speedily reduce your wounds which is there. It helps you to balance your stress, improve your sleep. So these are the claims which we are making today. Is that just by learning this technique, you will be able to have a proper and a smooth circulatory system. Your moods will be much, much better. So this may look like, wow, how is it possible? What is that magic wand I'm going to give you or a magic pill I'm going to give you? It's very, very simple. I'm going to teach you today, which is there and which we have lost touch of what we have to do. Okay, so this is what you'll be achieving, and all this is done without any kind of external intervention, any kind of external medicine, any type of external chemicals within the system. It's a purely natural system of what we have lost. We're just going to gain back today. Okay. Now, this is the scientific results. What I'm going to tell you today, everything you can just Google them and get the results. There's lots of hundreds of journals which is written on this, which is with scientific evidences. Say, for example, we have an inflammation on the leg. So after the process which we are going to be taught today, the inflammation is reduced. The blood, which is so thick, is going to become much more viscous and flows very smoothly through all the different arteries. You think it's so magical, right? See here, you can see how the legs are so much inflamed, and the inflammation is gone. So how is it going to happen? Is it looks very amazing, very miraculous, very magical, but definitely you can see that this is how all of us, me, you, and everyone, can have the same results just by adding one thing into our life. So that's what we're going to learn today. What is that magical thing? That's why these workshops are called as Just Add Magic. We may think that these things are magical, but no, this is purely scientific. Purely, this is how we were supposed to be living. But now, due to a modern lifestyle, we have lost touch with Mother Nature, and we are being suffering. We are inviting suffering on our own. All these sufferings which is there, which you see here, which talks to about our muscle problems, we have injury problem, a heart problem, stress problem, respiratory problems, are all created by our own self. Nature is made us to live healthily, but we are the one who are corrupting our own systems. So to understand this, I want all of us to understand our basic understanding of how this body system is made. So for that, we have to understand, to break down and understand, what are we actually made up of. We are actually made up of five things. What is that? Earth, water, fire, air, and ether. We are nothing but a combination of these five elements, or the five great Pancha Mahabhutas. Okay. So how is this working? So we learned this today. As we know, these are the five great elements: earth, water, fire, air, and ether is what we are made up of. Earth is what gives us structure, it's what gives us stubbornness. Water is what gives us flexibility, adaptability. Fire is what gives us ambition and initiation. Air is what gives us assimilation, vibration. Ether is what is going to give us essence of life. When you put all of them together in a bowl and mix them, and comes out as this wonderful machine, which is so powerful. So most sophisticated machine of this human body. How is this happening? This is happening by the combination of these five tattvas come together, mixes in the form of five different koshas. Okay, what are these koshas? Koshas also means layer, like an onion. Na? When you split open an onion, it's in the same way our body is made up of five different layers. What are those? First thing is our physical body, which is the Annamaya kosha, gross body, which is the combination of earth, water, fire, air, and ether. Okay, and also we have the subtle body, Man, Buddhi, Ahankar. That is our subtle body. That is our Pranamaya kosha, Manomaya kosha, and Vijnanamaya kosha. And we also have the bliss body, the Anandamaya body, that is a causal body. So how are these working? So we have the gross elements which have come together, mixed together with this koshas and made this gross physical body. So how will it activate it? So you have your computer, you have your software, but how is it? You need something to on it, right? That's what is prana. That's what the work of prana is. Prana is to, that's what the life energy is. What's the first thing what the baby does when it takes born? It breathes. What's the last thing that we do when we leave this body? We breathe out. We breathe in and we breathe out. That's what prana is doing. So this prana is what is energizing this gross body to make it active. Okay. So how is that prana working? In the system of 72,000 nadis all around us, energy system. And these energy system intersect at certain points. There are totally 114 points where they intersect, which is called as chakras. They intersect in the form of a triangle. So when these triangle move, How does it look? It looks like a chakra. That's why it's called as chakras. So out of these 114, 7 are the major chakras, which is the Mooladhara chakra, Swadhisthana, Manipur, Vishuddhi, Anahata, and Sahasrara. So we are going to go in deep about how these 5 layers of a body are made, and how what is so important that which we are lacking in our system is what we are going to learn today. Okay, let's understand our 5 koshas. Starting with Annamaya kosha is what we said as a physical body, which we have, which we know, we can feel, we can touch. It's the outermost layer. What is it called as Annamaya? Anna means food. This energy body is powered and run by food. This is what is Annamaya kosha. And the next is the Pranamaya kosha, which is the energy body which gives prana. And Manomaya kosha is the emotional body. We can call it also as if you can imagine a computer in front of you, which you're sitting now. You have your computer, it has a screen, it has a monitor, it has everything. That is your Annamaya kosha, gross body. And the electricity which you plugged in is your Pranamaya kosha. And the software which is running on Mac or Linux or Windows, that is your Manomaya kosha. Vijnanamaya kosha is the wisdom, is the, in what do we say? The discrimination, the wisdom which comes there. That's Vijnanamaya kosha. Anandamaya kosha is the bliss body, where the whole system is meant for you to enjoy. So that is how these 5 different layers are made. We can also understand them in the form of these Russian dolls. One doll inside another doll, one doll inside another doll. Annamaya kosha, Pranamaya kosha, Manomaya kosha, Vijnanamaya kosha, and Anandamaya kosha. Okay. So now you're going to understand more in detail now, each one of them. Let's understand now Annamaya kosha. As I told you, Annamaya kosha is the outermost layer of us, which is perceivable, which is touchable, okay, which is run by food. Annamaya kosha also has to do with our ancestry, also to do with our runanu bandhana. If I tell you that you can, if your grandmother, grandfather, or your parents will tell you that, oh, you have your nose like your grandmother, oh, your eyes are like your grandfather, right? That's where runanu bandhana comes. In our Annamaya kosha, we are bound by runanu bandhana, by our ancestry. And this is nothing but the combination of 5 elements. And how can this also be repaired? This can also be repaired by proper amount of food, the proper type of food to which is to be given, and also by a proper system of asanas, because physical body, it works through a proper system of asanas. Healthy body, healthy food. When you have healthy food, you have healthy body. So this is the basic about the Annamaya kosha. Now, Pranamaya kosha is nothing but a bridge between your mental body and your physical body. That is how it is bridging. Your software is getting activated into your hardware through the layer, through the bridge of your Pranamaya kosha, and which is very large and very strong. It can be like from 1 feet from us, it can pass up to 100 feet. The pranamaya, our aura, can expand so long, so big. And also, how does it work? This we acquire prana into our system not just through food. Food is one aspect of it. We also acquire through air. We also acquire through the atmosphere, environment we are through. We also acquire through our higher self, through meditation. Okay. So how do we manage our pranamaya kosha? We manage our pranamaya kosha by the system of pranayam. That's why different types of pranayams are there to manage our pranamaya kosha. And pranamaya kosha is also very healing. It not just heals us, it also heals others. You may know that, for example, if somebody, you're sitting in your office room, if somebody just walks in, so you feel all nice and good because his prana is nice and good. Or there's also a system in our Indian tradition where we go for darshan. There's a great sage, the sannyasi who has come. He doesn't speak much, but you go there just to have his darshan. Just being in the presence of his aura, we also get purified. That is how pranamaya kosha works. The energy body, it works by the more you give away, the more you get. The more good prana which you give away, the more prana is assimilated. So it can also, as I told you, it can be healed by a proper and appropriate type of food, and also through the process of pranayama. Manomaya kosha, as I told you again, it's a software. So this is the energy which binds the gross body to you is through pranamaya, where the mind and intelligence works as your software. So this is where you will know that what is to be known, what is not to be known. It's nothing but it collects your data from the time you're there into this material creation till now. Whatever you have seen, whatever you have heard, whatever you have gone through, all your emotions is all stored into your mind. And the mind is divided into conscious mind, subconscious mind, and unconscious mind. And this mind also has to be cleansed daily. What's the process of cleansing our Manomaya Kosha? Manomaya Kosha can be cleansed by a simple process of mantra. Mantra means which liberates the mind. For example, when you take a comb, you have lots of hair and you comb your hair every day, right? Today you comb, tomorrow you comb. Third day, if you don't comb, what happens? You find knots in it. So it will be very painful for you afterwards to remove them. In the same way, our mind also has to be cleansed on a daily basis, on a regular basis. That's where we use the mantra, which we chant every day. So when we chant regularly the mantra, then our mind will be very clear in our consciousness. If we stop one day, again continue another day, what happens? Like knots, which is created in the hair. This is how we feel. Vijnanamaya Kosha, as I said, that's a wisdom body. It's your intuitive body. Once you come to the level of Vijnanamaya Kosha, that means you will be able to understand your past, present, and future. You will be able to have a more clearer understanding of our own self. Why am I here? What am I doing here? So the do's and don'ts will be knowing. What is false, what is truth, you'll be able to analyze very easily when you come to the level of Vijnanamaya Kosha. Anandamaya Kosha is the closest to us, that is the spirit soul. So Anandamaya Kosha is nothing but to realize, oh, I'm not just this gross body, I'm not just prana, I'm not just mind, but I'm something else, much, much higher, much, much energetic, much, much stronger. So that's what we understand when you come. That's why it's Ananda. You get blissful there, where you understand that I'm not just this gross elements, but I'm something much higher, spiritual by nature. So that is how we understand this 5 layers of our body. This is a very brief understanding because today's subject matter is more on prana, is more on grounding. So to understand that, we have to understand these 5 different layers of the body. So if all of you have understood the 5 basic understanding of the 5 layers of a body, show me a thumbs up. If not, we'll go more detail about it. Okay, good. Okay, let's understand now little more detail about the chakras, because most of you are also new. We already did a very detailed workshop on chakras also earlier. So we are going to make you understand in brief what are these chakras, where are they placed, what are their functions in our day-to-day life. Okay. So as I told you, we have 72,000 nadis. Out of the 72,000, the intersections of each will come in the form of chakras. And these chakras are here as energy centers, like a switchboard, where you can on, off, and regulate them, which will regulate our gross body and also our subtle body. And out of these 114 chakras, 7 are the major chakras. If we can work on these 7 chakras, that's more than enough for us to live a very peaceful and a sublime life. If you want to evolve much higher, then we can work on the other chakras. But just we're working on these chakras, keeping them harmonious, being conscious about these chakras is more than enough for us to live a peaceful, healthy, and prosperous life. So let's talk about the root chakra. Sorry, I show you here. The root chakra, where is it based? It is at the perineum area. The region between the anus and the genital is the location of the root chakra, where the energy vortex is going down. Okay. What is it that happens here? This root chakra is responsible for our gross body, the whole of the gross body, skeletal system. It is responsible for our existence in our life. What is the thing? The basic thing is about survival. the whole survival and our physical needs are taken care by the root chakra. That's where it's a basic trust is what is the basic thing which you want to learn in this. What are the, if we know that, how do I know that, okay, my root chakra is very much active and fine? And how do I know it is blocked? By simple thing. If I have problems with my lower back, if I have arthritis, if I have problem with any type of blood disorders, digestive disorders, skin disorders, varicose vein, constipation, classic example, any types of pain below your thighs, all these pains if we have, that means I have issue with my root chakra. We need to work on that. That is to do with our gross thing. About our subtly, if my root chakra is blocked, that means I will have problems with money. I will have problems with my, what do we say, behavior, in the sense that I will be too much materialistic or I'll be too much poor. I'll be self-centered or I'll be completely aloof if it is overactive or underactive. So this is what will happen. If we have issue, we'll be keep changing jobs. I'll keep changing partners when my root chakra is not properly balanced. So what are the goals of this root chakra? Is our physical health and fitness, grounding, stability and security is what we will be achieving if the root chakra is taken care of and make it well balanced. Okay, that is to do with the root chakra. So we will go more in detail with root chakra after some time. I'm just going to give you an overview of all the 7 chakras. Sacral chakra is 2 fingers below your navel. That is also called as the Swadhisthana chakra. This chakra deals also with our sexual organs, with our circulatory system, with especially in women, the womb, the ovaries, the testes is what the Swadhisthana chakra deals with. If this chakra is too open, then we will be emotionally imbalanced. We will have manipulative tendencies. We will have sexual additiveness, and also we will have different types of addictions when this chakra is overactive. If it is underactive, we will have issues to express ourselves, issues of trusting each other. So these are the problems which we face if this chakra is not functioning properly. And also emotionally speaking, we will have unbalanced sexual drives. We will have a feeling of isolation, instability is what we face when this chakra is not working properly. And physically, problem to do again with our bladder, with our prostate, impotency, all these problems happens when this chakra is not working to its optimal level. Any problem with our kidneys, any problem with cysts, inflammation of the ovaries, prostate problems, menstrual pains, all this is because our sacral chakra, Swadhisthana chakra, is not functioning to its optimal level. Okay. Now coming to the solar plexus chakra, which is 4 fingers above our navel. So that is the Manipur chakra, or also called as solar plexus chakra. This chakra is associated with our digestive system and our muscular system. Okay. If it is too active, what's the problem? We face anger. People are so much angry, so many always all the time. And people who are workaholic, too judgmental, too superior, over being too superior minded. So this is what happens if this chakra is overactive. If this chakra is again underactive, we will have issues where we feel alone, insecure. We feel that we are not cared about. So these are the problems which we face if it is underactive. We also have problems with heat burns, like acidity, problems with our liver, spleen, gallbladder, intestinal problems, obesity. All these problems we have when the solar plexus chakra is not functioning to its optimal level. Okay. Heart chakra, Anahata chakra is right at the heart center. This chakra deals with our love, unconditional love, bodily parts which is associated with this again with the heart, chest, lungs, circulation. Any issues with that? That means we have issue with our heart chakra. If it is blocked, we will always be feeling unworthy, We will always use to fall down with self pity. Oh, this happened, that happened, like that. We always be very fearful when this chakra is blocked. When this chakra is too much open, then what happens? We become too jealous. We become emotionally overpowering somebody else. So these are the issues which we fail when we face when this chakra is not functioning at its optimal level. To do with our, again, blood, BP, cholesterol, inflammation, colds, shoulder pains, skin problem, all these things also deal with our heart chakra. When we take care of this heart chakra, we can overcome with all these different issues. Coming up with the throat chakra, that is right at the pit of the throat. The glands associated with this is a thyroid gland, and any type of ENT problems, teeth problems, gums problem is to do with the throat chakra. And this chakra deals with truth and which is blocked with lies. So this is how this chakra is blocked. And when it's working fine, then we'll be very good in our communication. We will be able to communicate very easily. Like when we have sore throat, we have tonsils, we have done gum problem, tooth problem, thyroid problem is all due to the imbalance of the throat chakra. Coming next to our third eye chakra, that is in between our brows. The gland associated with this is the pituitary gland, and bodily is the eyes and the base of the skull is where any issues with that means the chakra, we have to deal with this chakra. If this chakra is emotionally not functioning properly, that means we'll have issues with nightmares, we'll have hallucinations, we have difficulty in learning this chakra when it's blocked. We'll also be undisciplined, we'll be always fearful of success, and our goals will be very, very low when this chakra is blocked. We will be unable to see life as it is. We always be hallucinating about, oh, life is that, life is this. But we will not live in reality. We will not live in the present when this chakra is blocked. So there's a process also to work on these chakras. Coming next to the crown chakra. Crown chakra is 4 fingers above our head. That is completely beyond our physical body. Where this chakra is, which is what is connects us to the absolute creation. This chakra deals with our spirituality, with our selflessness, is this chakra deals about. If we have issues with this chakra, that means we have mental health disorders, we have depression, we have sleep disorders, we have paralysis. So when this chakra is imbalanced. So there are methods of clearing this chakra and to work on these chakras. So this is just a basic understanding for us to understand how these chakras are, what is their physical locations, what are their the body, how it works with. I just clear this one second. Okay. These are the different glands which are associated with these chakras. So this is a very basic understanding of the 7 chakras. Okay. Now the main topic is what we are coming at. So everybody is clear about the 7 chakras. Show me a thumbs up. If you have any questions, we can ask me. We can talk about that. Okay. So now let's talk about our main topic today, which is prana. So prana, we can call it as life air. In general, people call as prana means, okay, breath. But prana is something which uses breath as a vehicle to pass through this in our physical body. So this prana which is there is connected, this is what connects us to the universe. We have the Virarata Rupa of the Lord, where we are all part and parcel of the Lord. How are we connected? Is we are connected through this system of prana. So this connection, even it's broken, that's where comes the issue. Okay. As you know that prana is as life air, life energy, or in Chinese it's called as chi energy also. And this energy is what keeps us alive. This energy is what keeps us vibrant. And you may be also knowing in occult sciences, if somebody wants to kill somebody, So they will not use a plastic bag to cover them and kill them or shoot them. No, simple thing, they'll cut the connection from the pranic system, just sitting in one place. We just have to cut the connection from our prana to the universal prana. And automatically, within the span of maximum of 40 days, the person leaves the body because the connection is broken. This is actually the problem which me and you, all of us, suffering now in this material world. We are cutting that connection unknowingly or knowingly to the universal pranic system. This is what you're going to learn today. That's the magic which you're going to learn today in today's workshop. So what is this prana again? Prana is also, we can call it as the intellectual energy, where this is the place also where our karmic memory is stored. Prana is individual to me, to you, to everybody. Each one have their own record of their karmic memory stored in it. Okay. And when you work on prana, and when you keep your prana, the life air flowing smoothly within our system, it is guaranteed that 100% will be very clear with our psychological issues. We may have issues with our physical body. We may catch cold. We may catch some viruses. But when you talk about the software, when you talk about the energy wise, psychology wise, you will be 100% safe and secure when you work on your prana, and with just simple basic exercises, the pranic exercises, which I'm going to teach you today. So how is this energy which is manifesting into our system flowing through? As I told you again, this flows through a system of 72,000 nadis. That is how it flows through. And it flows through a system of 10 basic pranas which are there, out of which 5 are main pranas. So these 5 pranas is what we'll elaborate on them today. We can talk about the first prana. We are going to talk about prana. This prana is from the diaphragm to our breath. This is what deals with our procurement. I'll give you the gross example of a factory system, where in the factory there's a department where they procure the items. That is what the work is done by prana. This energy is absorbed through the system of breath, through the system of when you stand in front of the sun, you get prana. When you feel very tired, when you come back from office, what do you first thing you do? You wash your face with cold water. What is happening? You feel so fresh, right? That's what is happening. Prana, you're getting it through the system of water. So we get prana not just by food. We get prana from earth, water, fire, air, and ether. All the 5 ways we get prana. And in this workshop, I'm going to teach you how to acquire prana and how to maintain prana. And how are we going to lose prana also, we are going to learn. So to understand that, you have to understand how this prana works. So the first prana, as I told you, which is located at our chest level, which is nothing but it acquires prana from these 5 different elements. So what happens, the first thing when we do, when we acquire the procurement department, and then they will say, okay, this is good to use, this is not good to use. Then you discard it, isn't it? So that's what is done by samana prana. That is where the region of samana prana is below your abdomen region. From a navel and below is where the samana prana is circulating. What is the work of samana prana? The samana prana deals with the absorption. What do we do when we get the raw material? Second thing is we assimilate it. We absorb what is good, everything. We assimilate into this physical body. That's what samana prana does. That is in the abdomen region. After assimilating, what we do, this is not good, that is not good. Then apana prana is going to remove it out through the system of urination, through the system of excretion, it goes out. Through the system of sweat, it comes out. That is the system, that is the work of apana vayu. The area of that is below the navel. Samana vayu is in your abdomen region. Vyana vayu, all the good things which is assimilated, what do? We have to circulate it all over the body. That is done in the system. The vayu which is used here is Vyana vayu. That's where the circulating system happens. That's a distribution wing which goes to all different parts of our body. That's what happens. So, and the major diseases, any diseases if you are facing, that means there's a problem with our Vyana vayu. 99% issues we face when we have a disturbance in the circulation of the Vyana vayu. And now, something has to control. In a factory there should be a manager also, right, who is controlling everything. That main manager, that is the udana vayu, which is from your throat and above, the circulation which happens, that's the CEO, which controls all these different vayus. This is the basic understanding of how the prana is working into our system. We acquire prana not just through food, not just through breath, also through the five elements: earth, water, fire, air, ether. All the five elements we acquire the prana, and it is procured through prana. Samana is what assimilates it. Apana, which removes all the unwanted things. Vyana, which circulates and which controls everything, is udana. So this is how the basic understanding of prana is. So this is how it is. The Jnanendriya and the Karmendriya and the associated chakras with the specific ones. So now let's understand how we are going to acquire prana from different elements. The Panchamahabhuta, how we are going to acquire prana. When we talk about earth, we acquire prana just by being in nature, just by watching nature, just by smelling earth, just by walking on earth, just by touching earth, just by sitting on earth, just by having a home made up of earth. Right now, the home is made up of concrete, steel, cement, which is not healthy. Just by eating fresh food. So that is the means to acquire prana through Mother Earth. Okay. So how do we lose this prana? We lose this prana when we live, as I told you, in high-rise buildings. Because from the day we get up, from the time we sleep, we never even touch Mother Earth. At home, we wear chappal, we go to washroom, come back, we go to the office, we use the elevator, go down immediately, sit in the car, which is again insulated. You cannot even touch Mother Earth. You go to office, you have your shoes on. You can analyze yourself in the whole of your 24 hours. We don't even touch Mother Earth, real Mother Earth, not even for a few minutes in our life. That's the biggest issue which we are having. That's actually what we are talking about grounding today, earthing today, is this. The main issue is that we are disconnected ourselves with Mother Earth. We also lose this prana by eating junk food. We also lose this prana by smelling pollutants, including perfumes. We may think, oh, perfume, very nice, but perfumes are also the one which is not going to give us anything. It's going to pull out, drain out our prana. And also by overeating is a system where this basic prana, the life energy which comes from earth, is destroyed. Coming next to water, as I told you again, just by drinking water, by swimming in water, spending time in beaches, eating juicy fruits, we can get prana, life energy from water. How do we lose our energy through it? By eating food which is dry, like chips or any other things which is dry, packet, frozen, or anything which is packed food. Alcohol, tea, coffee, tobacco, all this is going to, we lose prana. Also through masturbation, people lose prana, which comes through water. So it's very important for us not to lose our prana. Coming through fire, that means through sun. How do we gain? We gain by taking sun bath. Spend little time in front of the sun. We don't even spend a few minutes to acquire the sunlight. We get prana by wearing yellow colored dress, by seeing the sun during sunrise and sunset, eating food which is warm, not stale, dabba, no. Eating food which is fresh, feeling warm, serving others, or at least open your curtains, open your windows, and let the sunlight come inside. So that is how we can get prana, through sunlight. And through travel, just go around, take a break, and go out into the wilderness and come back. That's how you get prana. How do we lose prana again, which is coming from fire? By through seeing dirty graffiti or seeing anything which is not good, you lose it. By gossips, when you keep gossiping about it, or when you keep hearing gossip or seeing gossip, the best thing is Big Boss. Keep watching that, you lose your prana. It's not going to give you anything. It's going to drain out all your energy. The prana which you've got, even a little bit of sunlight which you've gained, is going to go away. Having spending time on the gadgets, not spending time with live people, is also going to lose your prana. Right now, our life is nothing but we're spending more time on our gadgets than spending real time with real people, It's become too virtual. But what is happening in all this? We're losing our prana. We're watching anything violent and pornography is again, we are going to lose the prana, the life energy. And over exercising. Exercising is good. When you do overly, like too much anything, it's going to lose the prana which is coming through fire. So we need to keep focus on how we can maintain our prana by keeping ourselves exposed to the sun, at least during sunrise and sunset. Spending time with live people, not spending time with gadgets. Okay. Now, prana coming from air. How do we gain them? We gain by having fresh breath. Also by going through abhyanga or massage. And also through the right person is also very important. What is the attitude of the person who is doing matters a lot, because his energy is going through your body system. Through, that's very important. Who does it is also important. We get prana also by giving, generosity, by just by helping somebody, we gain this prana. We also gain prana through air by just by holding somebody or hugging somebody, we get this prana. We also get prana by pets. That's the reason why everybody keeps pet. Why? Because the prana, the life energy passes through them also. And by wearing simple breathing clothes, which is like cotton or any other fiber, which is natural. The same way how it is lost again, it's lost by if you wear synthetic clothes, it's lost because it drains out through your air, through your porous, it drains out all your life energy. And when we're greedy, when we always want to take, that's also the prana which comes from air is lost. Or when you keep constantly moving from one place to another, when you're not stable in one place, then also the prana is lost. And classically, when we keep always living in a air conditioned situation, we lose our prana. So it's very important for us to spend time at least in fresh air than spending more time under air conditioning. So that is how we lose our prana. And how do we gain prana from ether? Ether is your atmosphere. To keeping your going to a good atmosphere. See, when you feel good when you go to a temple, to a mosque, or to a satsang, right? When you hear to the kirtans or bhajans or the holy names of the Lord, you feel good. How? Because you're getting prana through ether. Or just by observing silence, just sit in silence, you will feel much better. How do we lose again the from ether? Again through gossip, through chit chat. We lose this prana which is get gathered by ether. By abusive words, by expressing negativity, we lose this prana. We'll feel bad, right? When you abuse somebody, we say something, or you gossip which is not needed. So all these to be avoided to maintain this prana, life energy. So this is the basic way we acquire prana and we lose prana. So now the most important thing what I want to tell you also, I can it can is through the process of occult. So in the process of occult, what, as I told you again, if we have to kill somebody, I'm using the very gross term, if we have to kill somebody through occult, is just through cut the process of prana. That's all. Your prana energy is cut from the universal pranic energy. This is exactly what we are doing knowingly or unknowingly to our own system. That's a simple reason why we are suffering. We are having pain, we are having inflammations, we are having so many issues with our physical body, with the emotional body. Why? Because we have disconnected ourselves with our storehouse of prana. The pipeline is cut. Simple how we are going to learn today. Okay, before we proceed there, everybody understood how we acquire and we lose prana through the 5 different pranas? Just show me a thumbs up if everybody have understood. Okay, okay, great. Now, so now we are going to talk about real grounding. Now we understood how this gross body is made up of. It's made up of 5 elements: earth, water, fire, air, ether. It's a combination of all this coming together in the form of 5 different koshas. That means Annamaya kosha, that is our gross body; Pranamaya kosha, that's our energy body; Manomaya kosha, that is our mind, software; Vijnanamaya kosha, and Anandmaya kosha. And now, how is this koshas energized? It's energized through this prana. This prana is what is giving us energy. Okay. So, how are we going to ground them? Grounding, as we are going to learn today, is we are not talking here about how you are going to reach Vaikuntha. I'm not teaching you that. I'm not teaching you how you're going to get closer to the Lord. No, I'm not teaching you that. What I'm teaching you here is how you can be what you are in this, when you're born into this five elements, when you've got this gross body, how you can do what you are supposed to be doing. That's what we're going to learn. That's the basic ground level realities of life, is what we are going to learn. So let's understand, how do we ground our Annamaya Kosha? That's our gross body. So we can ground our Annamaya Kosha, as Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, in a simple way, by eating food which is sattvic, which is in the mode of goodness. That means eating food which is cooked immediately, offered to the Lord, and we eat, which is juicy, which is healthy, which will give you satisfaction. Not which is kept for a long period of time. Any food which is kept more than 3 hours, which will become tamasic or in a mode of ignorance, which has to be avoided. Eat any food, we have to eat fresh, cook fresh, eat fresh. Anything which is too sour, too bitter, too salty, too hot, too dry, again it's in the mode of, which is going to, in the mode of passion, which is going to end us in distress and diseases. So because Annamaya Kosha is made of food, so it has to be given happy food for us to be happy. We are what we eat. If you put in a banana inside us, it becomes a banana inside. The banana will become this body. So we have to eat what is appropriate for this physical body. Okay. And what are the austerities of the body? That's what Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita again. He is worshipping the Supreme Lord, the Brahmana, spiritual master, superiors like father and mother. Respecting the elders is what is so important for us, because Annamaya Kosha, as I said again, it deals with our Runanubandhana, it deals with our ancestry, because that's what we are bound with. You're born in certain family because you have a certain type of rin for us to clear there. So that's why we are born. So you have your duties to perform. So that is what is here, to worship. It says here you need to worship the Supreme Lord. You should worship the Brahmanas, the spiritual masters, superiors like father and mother. That's what is makes us grounded. We cannot say that, okay, I'm not going to do this, but I can reach God. I can go back to Vaikuntha. These are the basic things which we need to learn. Only then we can talk about higher aspects of spirituality. This is the ground level reality. Just being cleanliness is one of the basic things which we need to learn. The body, physical body, has to be clean, both internally and externally. That means we need to take a proper bath. We need to keep the body hygienic. Every time we go to the washroom, we should wash ourselves. These are the basic cleanliness which we have to learn. Simplicity, we have to learn to be simple. We don't have to be complicated in life. I'm happy and satisfied with what I have. That is simplicity. Celibacy also doesn't mean that no sex. No, celibacy means how you are going to use a certain thing for a certain purpose. Sexuality is meant for reproduction. So simple. If you take sexuality to your head, that's where comes the problem. It has to remain where it has to remain. Being non-violent means, doesn't mean that I have to kill. Non-violence simply means that, okay, fine, I'm going to deal with the other person how I deal with myself. Simple. If I love myself, I'm going to love the other person also. If I like this dress, I will help the other person also to get the same dress. That means non-violence. These are the simple ways of the austerities of the body. These are the simple ways to ground our Annamaya Kosha. Okay. Clear with this? Thumbs up. Okay, great. Now is the main topic about earthing, about grounding. This, as I told you again, in the occult process, if we have to kill somebody, again, I'm using the very harsh terms. If we have to kill somebody, we have to cut their pranic connection. This is what we are killing ourselves on a day-to-day basis. But we are not even understanding that we are killing ourselves on a day-to-day basis. So what is happening now is what we are going to learn. Earthing means we need to start to learn to be in touch with Mother Earth, which is not happening, right? So take for example, when we get up, 99%, not 19, at least 50% of the population wears a footwear also at home. How many of you wear footwear at home? Just show me a thumbs up. Nobody. Very good. Okay. How many of us walk barefoot on Mother Earth at least for 30 minutes in a day? Show me thumbs up. Yes. Because even if you think of walking on Mother Earth, we don't have place to walk on Mother Earth. Since many time I have been exploring and seeing how we have been sealing Mother Earth on a day-to-day basis. You come out of your building, you see the tarred road, you see a concrete road. You don't even find some place where there is grass, where there is, even if you go to parks, what happens in parks? You have a walking path which is made up of synthetic rubber or synthetic something. You don't even find a place where you can walk. So this is the problem which is happening. So we need to start working on Mother Earth barefoot. Only then we will get connected to Mother Earth. At least for 11 to 12 minutes a day is very much required to walk barefoot on Mother Earth. And this is a scientific, this has been happening from centuries to come now. But now we need to give scientific evidence, tell everybody do not wear shoes, because shoes is one of the biggest scientific blunders. We think that we have done the best thing on earth to by discovering plastic, discovering rubber shoes where we can be healthy. No, we're doing actually the opposite of what has to happen. By wearing, you can see in the wilderness, there are so many animals which are living. None of them suffer with cancer. None of them suffer with BPs. None of them suffer with any diseases. But the same animal, when you bring them and then you keep them at your home and you domesticate them, they suffer the same diseases which we suffer. They suffer with BP, they suffer with cancer. I'm talking about cats and dogs, any domesticated animals. They suffer the same diseases which we suffer. Why? Because we're disconnecting them again from Mother Earth. We need to be connected to Mother Earth. That's what is more important. So that is what is grounding talking about. So what happens when you connect yourself to Mother Earth? Just when you instantly, when you keep, what happens is your blood viscosity changes. It increases the circulation. It increases the oxidation in the blood. Just by keeping your leg on the Mother Earth. This is the first thing which happens. If you have any type of pain, any type of inflammation, you just have to keep your legs on earth. That's the only thing which we have to do. And touch earth or work with earth, plant something, spend time with earth. In our life, we spend the least amount of time with Mother Earth. So how can we expect to be healthy when we are not even connected to our roots? When we are cutting the pipeline of prana, that's the main source of prana for us in its life energy, but we are cutting the main source there itself. Okay. I'm not going to scare you so much, but this is very much required for us to start walking barefoot on Mother Earth, spending at least minimum of 11 to 12 minutes a day is what is very much required to spend time on Mother Earth. Okay, if you spend 1 hour, what will happen? At least an hour together. Then you can see that you have your minerals like calcium, magnesium, ferrous, the thyroid problems, everything gets better when you spend more time on spending on Mother Earth. You have issues with weight gain, you have issues with inflammation, you have issues with negativity in your life itself will go away when you spend more time on Mother Earth. If you spend at least a year together on Mother Earth, spending more and more time, you will have anti-cancer, anti-inflammatory, diabetes can be reversed just by spending time on Mother Earth. This is what is the workshop called as Just Add Magic. So I'm requesting here to just add Mother Earth to your life. Start walking or spending time with Mother Earth. That means either walk on the beach, walk on the earth, not on concrete, not on tar, not on any other artificial man-made stuff, but on real Mother Earth. So when we walk, then our energies will get much, much better. Okay. Any questions on grounding, on earthing ourselves? Okay, everybody okay with earthing? Everybody is going to walk on Mother Earth barefoot. Great. Okay. What happens actually is, this is what happens when you walk. Scientifically speaking, you can Google earthing or grounding. You get lots of YouTube videos, lots of scientific research which is made now, just to make us understand that we have to again walk back barefoot on Mother Earth. Stop wearing footwear. Footwear is what is spoiling us. Our health, our emotions is what being spoiled through footwear. Okay. So what really happens, scientifically speaking, in brief, first thing is it reduces inflammation, because inflammation is the main reason of all our problems. Okay. So how does it reduce inflammation? By increasing our cellular energy. What is the cellular energy? Cellular energy is created by mitochondria. ATP is created. That's where the energy, that's the chi energy, where ATP or adenine triphosphate is what is the energy which passes from one cell to another cell. The energy flow, bioenergy. This is increases when you keep in touch with Mother Earth. You can just example any electronic device in your home. First thing what you put, you see to that you have earthing at home, right? Every home is earthed, right? You put an earthing rod and you have the three holes in the socket. One, the main one is earthing. Why is there? For any electricity device, there's an earthing socket. Ours is the most sophisticated bioenergy device. We are not at all earthing ourselves. That means we are creating this positivity, and but the negative ions are not balancing it. We are not getting balanced. That's where inflammation starts happening. So what happens when you get yourself grounded, when you touch Mother Earth, is you increase your cellular energy. The ATP energy increases, and the mitochondrial dysfunction goes away. The dysfunction between the two cells, which is already positively charged. Why do lightning also happens? Because there's positive ions and there's negative ions. There's a difference between. That's where lightning happens, right? So because there's no proper flow of energy. So now we are becoming more and more positive ions. Then we are not balancing it with negative ions. That's where the inflammation happens. So once you are inflamed, chronic inflammation happens. Heart diseases does not come from cholesterol. It comes from inflammation. You can Google it. You will know that. Cholesterol, food is not the issue for all the major diseases. Inflammation is the reason. So it prevents, because and the most important thing what it does when you start walking on Mother Earth is the blood becomes so thick, right? Because it's so much of ions filled into it. When you ground it, as I showed you the photo right in the beginning, I'll show you. Wait, this is exactly what happens when you see the blood here. See the blood here. This is when you're not grounded. This is when you start yourself walking on Mother Earth. These are all scientific studies which has been made. See the blood here. See the blood here. Just by walking, just by spending time on Mother Earth, not on tiles, not on concrete, not on tar. I'm talking of real Mother Earth. That's the reason it's very important to earth ourselves. See the blood here, see the blood here. This is the exact changes which will happen to me and you if we just spend little time walking on Mother Earth, touching Mother Earth, sleeping on the ground, rolling in the ground. This is what we are supposed to be doing. That's why you feel so fresh, right? When you're on touch with Mother Earth. See here the inflammation. This is the inflammation of this person afterwards, walking, just by walking on Mother Earth. These are all scientific. You just Google them. You can find all of them online. See the inflammation here. See the inflammation. It's gone. See the inflammation here. See it's gone. See here the stomach inflammation. See here. It's gone. Simple thing, if you have arthritis, if we have any diabetes, if we have blood pressure, all of this is why, because the blood has become so thick. So just simple thing, just ground ourselves, just put our legs, our hands on Mother Earth. You can see miracles happening. That's why this workshop is called as Just Add Magic. This is the magic I want you to add in your life. Just add Mother Earth to your life. Okay, this is that thing. Everybody understood? Thumbs up. Great. Okay. Now let's talk about pranamaya kosha. This is Annamaya Kosha. As I told you, to summarize again, Annamaya Kosha, we can ground them by first thing is eating proper food, which is supposed to be giving us proper life, which is going to give us strength, health, happiness, satisfaction. Food is what's supposed to give us this. So eat that kind of food, not packet food, not something which is cooked by somebody whom you don't know. Eat by Ayurveda says very simple thing. Eat food of three types of people who have cooked. Cook by yourself, cooked by somebody who loves you, or food that is being offered to the Lord. These three types of food is what we have to consume. Okay. And what are the austerities of the body again? Is to respect, worship the elders, the father and mother, superiors, spiritual masters, brahmanas, supreme Lord. By keeping ourselves clean, being simple, being celibate, and being non-violent. This is the basic grounding which is required for us to evolve. This is the roots. You can take your own time, doesn't matter, but you need to spread your roots much deeper. Only then you can reach to the ultimate abode. We cannot just say, okay, today I'm going to do this and tomorrow I'm going to go die and go to Vaikuntha. It's not that easy. We have these are the basic fundamental things which we need to learn. And primary thing, as I told you, our connection to the pranic source, the main pranic source, that is Mother Earth, is lost. If you analyze yourself, you can type to me later. You just analyze, introspect, and type to me later how much time you spend on Mother Earth. It will, if you analyze, it will be only in minutes. You cannot even tell in hours. So if you tell in hours, you're the most luckiest person on earth. Okay. Now coming to the next prana, the kosha, that is prana, pranamaya kosha, which deals with our prana. So we are going to deal with the Mooladhara chakra here. Mooladhara chakra is where it's based at a perineum in between the anus and the genitals, where the vortex is going downwards. And the shape of the is square, color is red, sense is smell, and the action is initiation. So what does Mooladhara chakra deal about? Mooladhara chakra, it's also called as a foundational chakra, where it deals with our skeletal system, our pelvis, hip, legs, excretory system. This is what Mooladhara chakra deals with. It deals with earth element. It also deals with the solidity structure of our own self. Okay. So why is this Mooladhara chakra blocked? What may be the reasons? So Mooladhara chakra also deals with our own body. It deals with our family. It deals with our money. It deals with our existence. This is the root of our existence, Mooladhara chakra. Okay. So now what is it that is blocking us? What are the emotional effects of being imbalanced? I feel procrastinated. I feel lethargic. I feel alone. I feel overwhelmed with work. These are all the symptoms of a person where this Mooladhara chakra is imbalanced. Okay. Now, we have issues with our legs. We have issues, anything with lower back. That means we have issue with the Mooladhara chakra. We have issues with instability and confusion. I always keep changing jobs, changing jobs, changing jobs. I always keep changing partner, changing partner. I always not stable in what I'm doing. I'm confused in my life. That means we have issue with our basic ground reality chakra, that is the Mooladhara chakra. There is always this mentality of not enough. Oh, I don't have basic necessities. Oh, I don't have food. I don't have this opportunity. I don't have money. The concept of not having enough is the issue where the Mooladhara chakra is blocked. It's not functioning to its optimal level, which has to be dealt with. So how do we deal with that? Mool Aadhar. What is Mool and Aadhar of our own existence is three things, as we said here: parents, work, and our physical body, which has to be dealt with. You need to respect your parents, you need to respect your work, you need to respect your own physical body, which is there. How do we do that? First thing, when it deals with our parents, we feel sometimes lack, competition, loneliness, being threatened, these types of fears which are there, which we have to overcome. We have issues with our work, which is do with our laziness, with we find obstacles, we feel overwhelmed, we feel struggle to do our basic work. See, we keep, I'm not satisfied in this work, I jump, okay, I don't want this job, I'll take some other job. No, it's not going to work like that. This, you're in this particular type of job or this particular type of situation, this particular type of relationship. Why? For us to learn a basic lesson. So once you learn that life lesson, you can easily evolve. If you don't pass a second standard, how can you go to third standard? You need to go third standard pass, fourth standard pass, fifth standard. That's how you evolve in your structure. This is the ground basic thing. What is the basic in our life to learn is to respect our parents, to respect our work, respect our own body. What are the fears with the body? Is health issues, support fears, survival needs, instabilities. So why do we face all these things? We face all these things. Why? Because if we have been abandoned by our parents, or if we have issues of survival, if we have issues where I always feel, oh, it's not there, scarcity mentality is what is the reasons why we block these things. When it happens, what happens? We get into too much of anxiety, we have no direction, we are always confused, we procrastinate, we keep daydreaming always, mental lethargy, incapable of doing anything, isolated behavior. These are all the classic examples of we being understand that our basic Mooladhara chakra is not working to its optimal level. We have to make it work. So we need to work on that. What is the sadhana to do? Is simple thing. Life lesson, as I said, is just by honoring and respecting our parents, work, and the body, supporting oneself, start facing the current reality and become practical, realizing that you have full right to exist and be supported because I am born. We are born here not to die. We are born here to survive, to blossom. When a seed, you sow a seed, what happens? The first thing is it starts acquiring the roots, right? It starts going deeper and deeper and gets the roots, and then it grows and it blossoms. And this rooting is done not for that to crumble and die, but to blossom, right? In the same way, we are here to blossom in our lives, not to crumble and die. So how do we work on this again? We work on this by again walking barefoot. See, Mooladhara chakra is related again with Mother Earth. When you walk on Mother Earth, what happening here is your Mooladhara chakra is getting balanced. So when it gets balanced, the prana starts flowing from Mother Earth to us. Second thing is at least sweat once in a day, either by walking, either by exercising, either by doing asanas, or at least taking a steam. Sweat. Mula Bandha, Surya Vedi Pranayam, this I'm going to teach you later. So these are the different ways how we are going to, and this is the Mooladhara Chakra, the mantra, the vibration for this is Lam, and the mudra for this is like this. This is the like the Dhyana mudra. We use this mantra for this. This is how we work on this Mooladhara Chakra. So you can chant this vibration Lam by holding your fingers like this, keeping it on your thighs, and then chant Lam. Visualizing a red color lotus rotating clockwise on your perineum area. So when you do this, the chakra gets balanced. And we can also make use help of crystals. Crystals are also elements of earth which is gifted to us by Mother Earth itself, which is going to help us to ground ourselves. We are going to talk about crystals in a few minutes more in detail. We can also use essential oils, and we can, if we have issues, any of these issues which we spoke now, if we have, then we have, it's good for us to eat any red type for fruits, drink water from earthen plots, eat almonds, which is going to help us to ground our Mooladhara chakra and make us active, make our foundation very, very strong. Then only we can rise above in our life. Okay. Okay. Everybody clear about Pranamaya Kosha, how to ground them? Okay. Show me thumbs up if everybody is fine with that. Good, good. Okay. Now, Let's come to our Manomaya Kosha and Vijnanamaya Kosha. These are mind and intelligence. So, how do we ground them? What are the basic foundational things which require? That's also already been told by Patanjali. This is what we have to do. That is the basic thing. For any type of yoga, either be Hatha Yoga, Kriya Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, or Ashtanga yoga, any types of yoga, these are the basic primary things, foundational things which we have to do for us to grow. What are those? Those are yamas, means guidance, niyamas, means observance. There are certain guidance, do's and don'ts for us to perform. When you go to a doctor, also, what does he do? Okay, you take this medicine, but when you take this medicine, do not take this. That's what do's and don'ts are always being given. Restriction and prescription is given, right? In the same way, if we have to evolve in our life, these are the restrictions and prescriptions which is given to us, which is universal to all of us. Any type of yoga system which we follow, these are basic primary foundational thing which we have to. If I tell that, oh, I am a very great devotee of the Lord, but I don't keep myself clean, but I don't say truth, but I always keep hoarding. If you come to my house, you can see thousands of things. That means we are contrary, we are hypocritical. So it doesn't work like that. We have to, these are the basic things which we need to acquire. Ahimsa, Satya, Astesha, Brahmacharya, and Aprigata, means non being greedy, non hoardiness. These are the yamas which you need to follow. Niyamas is Saucha, Santosha, Tapa, Sadhyaya, and Ishwar Paridhana. So let's understand what are these now. Non-violence, as I told you again, how we treat ourselves is how we treat others. Simple. Non-violence. I'm not going to take a sword and kill myself, right? So in the same way, I don't. Why should I kill any other species? So how I treat myself, I treat others. If you have this basic understanding of gratitude, of trust in the moment, thinking about others, that means we are living a life of non-violence. Simple. Truthfulness, Satya, means integrity in life is what is needed to be Satya. Truthfulness. What is in the mind is what we speak. What is I speak, what I do action. That's what Hitopadesh says. Eka manasa, eka vacha, eka kriya is what makes us truthful. Next, non-stealing. That means I don't sabotage myself, or I don't be judgmental. I don't do criticism. I value myself. That's what means non-stealing. Stealing not just means taking others' possession. It also means not to criticize others, not to be judgmental about others. This is what means non-stealing. Again, brahmacharya, as I told you, brahmacharya means to keep, if I have, the food has to be kept in the tongue, right? To eat, not in my ears, not in my nose. In the same way, sex is supposed to be a aspect of life. It should not go to our brain, to our hands, to our ears, to our eyes. It should be where it has to be. That's what brahmacharya means. Non-possessiveness means being non-attached. If it's there, it's there. Not there, not there. Not being clinging. No, I want this. Otherwise, my life is so incomplete. No, just have to be learn to be appreciative of what we have. Be happy if your vehicle is taking from point A to point B. Be happy and satisfied with that. Not that you need XYZ vehicle for you to go from point A to point B. That is being satisfied. Non-grasping. Learn just to live, appreciate, and to let go what is not needed. Okay. And now, what means purity? Purity means purity of the body, purity of the mind, purity of action. That means I keep my body pure and my thought process also pure, my actions also pure. That's what purity means. What means contentment? Contentment means acceptance and appreciation. I accept and appreciate what the Lord has blessed me with today. I'm happy with that. I'm gratitude. Being content with this contentment is what our contentment is. Simple, santosha. Tapasya, that means fire of discipline. We need to be disciplined, otherwise we cannot achieve anything. When I take a commitment in front of Agni, in front of the spiritual master, to say, okay, if I commit to chant certain number of rounds of japa every day, I commit to do certain things every day, that means I'm committed to that. That's a discipline which we follow. Or I commit to myself, okay, fine, next 21 days this is what I'm going to do. That means I discipline myself. The fire of discipline is what brings about the change which will impact us. Self study, that means studying our own self. And also very important here is to spend time observing things around us, observing Mother Earth, observing the nature. You can learn a lot, just not just by reading, just by observing. Just see how a flower blossoms. Just go to the sky and just see the sky. Just by observing what happens here is, we may think I'm talking something vague. No, what's happening here is your Agnya Chakra is getting activated. Observing. When you attend a class, you pay attention to the class, not just make notes. When you pay attention, that means your Agna Chakra, from there you may be thousands of kilometers away, but we are connected on an Agnya Chakra level, on an etheric level when that happens. So that is how it works. And surrender. Without surrender, we won't be able to achieve anything. So we need to surrender to the Supreme Absolute Truth through the medium of the spiritual master, through the medium of a bona fide way. We can go to the ultimate abode. So to reach there, these are the basic foundational things which is required. Okay. And now again, as the Lord says in Bhagavad Gita, what is the austerities of the mind? Is to be calm. So in spite of any situation, how do you maintain calmness? You need to maintain, that's what is called peace. So there was a story where there was a king where he told that I want somebody to paint Shanti, peace, and bring. And then everybody, the whole kingdom, they said, oh, wow, king wants to know what is Shanti. One person drew a beautiful mountain, a beautiful scenery. Other person drew a beautiful, one person sailing in the boat. Other person, there's thousands of different paintings that one person brought. One person, he brought lightning happening, thunder happening. There's a very heavy, big waves happening, a big rock, and then on the rock there's one small little sprouting out of the tree coming out. On that small thing there was one small nest, in that one small bird, and when that bird is feeding that small baby bird inside. So everybody came and they displayed their photos there. So when they displayed their photos there, they all saw, the king saw everything. And everybody was so shocked. Everybody laughing, oh, what is this? You have got so violent waves, violent thunderstorm, everything. They didn't notice the bird there. So all of this, then the king gave award to this person. Everybody was shocked. Why this one? He said that that's what Shanti means. In spite of any type of turbulences, the bird is peacefully feeding the baby bird. So we can be in any type of circumstances all around us, but we need to be calm in any situation. Why? Because when you go to a cinema, there is a fight happening, there is thrill happening, there is so many things happening, but you know that you are safe and secure sitting here. It's just happening in front of you. In the same way, everything happening around us is nothing but the cinema of life which is going on. So you don't have to get bothered about any of these things. So you have to learn to be simple, to be calm, to be simple, to be with gravity. We should be grave and understand what we can be grave when we are grounded, as we said. This is what we're talking about today, about grounding ourselves. Be self-controlled, have purity of thoughts. That is the process for us to purify the mind. And through mantra, mind, which liberates the mind, is what is called mantra. Any type of mantra, the basic mantra in Kali Yuga, which is the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, which for us to chant, or you want to chant any other mantra, but you chant the mantra, that's how we liberate the mind. So now, okay, this is the end of Manomaya and Vijnanamaya Kosha. Is everything okay with that? Show me thumbs up. Or you have any doubts, any questions, you can ask me. Okay, great. Okay, now let's talk about how do we ground the Anandamaya Kosha. That is the closest to the soul, ananda, full of happiness. Okay, one simple thing. Ananda means happiness. How can we be happy? That's the biggest question all of us have, right? I want to be happy. I'm working so hard, doing so many things. Why? So that I want to be happy. Any house you go and knock the door and ask them, "Are you happy?" But say, "How are you?" "I'm fine." Afterwards, you say, "Oh, I have this issue, I have that issue." Nobody will say that I'm happy, right? But if you ask them, "When was the last time when you were happy?" So that time somebody will say, "Oh, when I met my girlfriend. First, when I saw my beautiful baby when he was born. When saw so and so thing, so and so. When I went to so and so hill station." So everybody have their moments in life, right, of happiness. So why was that we were happy at that moment but not happy at other times? Have you analyzed this? Why? The simple reason is acceptance. At that moment, I accepted that baby. I accepted that situation. I accepted the rules which came in that situation. Oh, I should hold the baby properly. I should do this. I should do that. Not feed this, not feed that. All the rules of that, I accepted them as my own. Once I did that, when I lived in acceptance, then it was the happiest moment. When I met a girl, I was so happy. Why? Because I accepted her as she is. I accepted all the situations around her as she is. Why did we accept a place? I went to that hill station. I was so happy there. Why? I accepted that place as my own. Once we accept, live in acceptance, that's where we can really be happy. So this is the key for happiness. Key for relationship also. If you accept the other person as they are, if they are, again the same example every time what I give, if you accept that person, if it's a rose, accept them they are red or they are yellow, accept them that they also come with thorns. You cannot expect them, okay fine, you become a rose, I don't like rose, you become lily, you become some jasmine. No, if they are rose, accept them as rose. Once you accept them, then you will be the happiest person. Any situation which you are in, any place which you are in, you accept it as your own, we can be very very happy. Say for example, if a person newly gets a job and goes to an alien country, and then he doesn't have a proper accommodation, he doesn't have proper this, proper that, he'll have so much of turbulences. Oh, why this happening to me? I don't want this job, I was much better there. But the day he accepts, okay fine, this is my life, this is my accommodation, this is my stuff, then he'll be most happiest person there. That is how we ground. That's a basic understanding of us to be in Ananda, happiness. Second thing is to live in gratitude. Always be thankful to what is being given to us right now. I'm happy and full of gratitude to the provider, to the absolute truth, to the elders, to the people around me for what I am today. So to living in gratitude is a foundation. I cannot tell that I'm the very advanced devotee, but I don't have gratitude to anybody. It's not going to work. Gratitude is the foundation of the basic grounding for us to evolve. The more you go higher into the tree, when it grows more up and up, when it bears fruit, what it does, it bends down, right? That is what gratitude is. It doesn't stand straight like this, it bends down with fruit. That's what gratitude is. And selfless service. When we do service without expecting anything, that's what love means. Love means not to take, love means to give. That's what love means. That's what is the basic foundational understanding of what love. If I say that, okay, fine, I love you, that means I take something from you. No, I want this from you. Wants are not there. It's only give, give, give. Selfless, unconditional, no tax attached. That's what even bhakti means. What is bhakti means? Anya abhilashita shunyam. Jnana karma adi anavatam. Anukulini Krishna Anushiran Bhakti Vichitta. That's what the definition of bhakti itself is. We do it for the Supreme Lord, for his pleasure. I am not in the center. Anything we do in our life, we keep ourselves into the center. Oh, I want to buy this. Why? Because I like it. I don't buy this because the Lord likes it. No, no. The Lord is not at all in the center of our lives. Only we are in the center of our own lives. So selfless service to the absolute truth is again the foundational for that. And self-realization, understanding that we are not this gross body, we are not this body But the spirit soul, part and parcel of the absolute truth, is what. That's why we get Anandamaya Kosha. That's what it's called. It's the closest to the soul. Why? Because you'll understand that we are not. We're just wearing this shirt. I cannot wear this shirt anymore. It's torn. I just give it away and wear another shirt, or I come out of this cycle of Janma Mrityu Jara Vyadi and go back to the absolute truth, to the abode of the Supreme Lord. So this is what Ananda, that's why we are in Ananda at that time, where we are in Anandamaya Kosha, that we understand what we are really at that moment of time. Otherwise, in all other times, we think that I'm this body, I should do everything for the satisfaction of the body. I'm the mind, I should do everything for the gratification of the mind. So that is what the issues which we face. Okay. This is how we ground the Anandamaya Kosha. Is everybody okay with this? You can show me thumbs up. Okay, great. Okay. Now, I'm just going to talk about a few poisons which are there, which is blocking us not to get the prana, as we said. So, are you ready to face those poisons? So, you can show me thumbs up. I will show you those poisons. You will be shocked. Oh, yeah, really? But this I have in my life every day. I'm voluntarily drinking poison and voluntarily cutting the cord of my connection from prana. So, let's see which one is that. Simple ones, but very grave ones. First thing is shoes. Okay, how many of us walk barefooted at least in last 1 month? Show me, raise your hands. No one, right? I know it's difficult. How many of us can live without Wi-Fi? Nobody. 5G now. Okay, Wi-Fi no problem, but I have 5G in my phone. LED lights. Right now, all the lights, before traditionally we had this light with a filament inside. That was at least much safer. But now you have LED. If just color change, it will change. Echo change light, Alexa change color, it will change also. So we have like that. And we have mosquitoes, we use mosquito repellent. All of us use this, right? But these are all the things which is actually draining out our prana. We are suffering, we will not know, but by default it is happening. So take precautions of, at least as I told you, if you're walking on tar, if you're walking on a cemented road, wear shoes. I'm not telling you not to wear shoes, but at least spend a portion of your time walking on Mother Earth barefooted. Even if you walk, I was so much fascinated by walking on barefoot. I walked on tar and then I got so many things poking into my legs. So it's not going to work like that. So you need to be intelligent enough and to make this knowledge in a proper way. Wi-Fi again, use it when you need. You don't need, you can off it. Not keeping it on 24 hours because those radiations, you may be thinking, oh, nothing is there in that, but definitely there are radiations which is affecting us. 5G now, the latest technology which has come, at least 2G, 3G was okay, but 5G is very, very strong. So beware of that. I cannot say anything much. I cannot tell you off your phone, but you are living in a modern society where we are all bound by all these things. So you can shield them also. I'm going to tell you how. LED lights, avoid, try to at least get old type of tube light or old type of things, or at least the filamented ones. So it's your choice. Mosquito repellent, put a mosquito net at least than a mosquito repellent because it's a slow poison. You on it, it has kerosene in that, it has so many chemicals in that. It's slowly, you're every day, day by day, you're infusing it into your lungs. So it's a slow poison. That is to do with the gross things. More important things, what we are having now is sugar. How many of us do not consume sugar, white sugar? There's nobody who cannot live without sugar because sugar is there in everything. If you have ketchup, there is sugar. If you have something else, there is sugar. Anything you take, there is sugar in that. Because sugar is compared as good as cocaine. The effects of cocaine, what you get when you consume cocaine, the same effect on the brain, on the neurological level, you get by consuming sugar. That's why sugar addiction cannot be given up so easily. You cannot give up sugar. You try. That's the scientific proof. Same thing as cooking. How difficult it is to give up cooking, the same is so difficult. You will start craving for sugar. You will have so many issues when you stop sugar. So think about it. Slow and steady. Replace it with jaggery. That's a simple thing to change it. Packed food. Any type of food which comes in a cover is nothing but poison. Anything packed which comes in from which is made in factory is poison. So avoid them. Better to make cook fresh at home, eat fresh at home. Milk. Any milk which you're getting in packet, any milk which is coming in a bottle, it is poisonous. Milk means which is comes from the cow fresh and drink fresh, that is milk. The milk which goes through all this process, by the time it reaches you, it doesn't have pranically it's a zero, but otherwise also you have nothing in that. So it may give little protein, little this here, little calcium, but otherwise you will 90% bad, 10% or even less than that good, I can tell you. RO water, all of us drink RO water. RO water is also called as dead water because when it goes through the RO system, the water loses its structure, water loses all its minerals, with just plain H2O, what we get. So it's better to avoid RO water. And there are many, many more. I don't want to, all of you will run away if I tell you many, many more. So just understand these things. These are there, which are there in modern science. So how we can work on this. Okay. Now, I'm going to teach that later. How we can shield ourselves from the EMFs is the best method is by using crystals. As I told you, crystals are nothing but minerals. These gemstones, they're not in the category of precious stones, like they come in the category of semi-precious stones, which are there for particular purposes. Like for example, when you put a seed of a mango, your mango tree comes out, right? If you put a seed of an apple, apple seed comes out. Not apple seed will not give you mango seed, mango fruit, right? In the same way, these crystals have specific role to play in each one's aura, in one's prana actually. Prana, and it works on the level of pranamaya kosha and manomaya kosha. The software and the energy, which will make us work on a physical annamaya kosha. So these are the certain crystals which are very, very useful for all of us. So you can make use of them, especially when it deals with the black tourmaline. This is the second one is a black tourmaline, which is going to help. It's also called as a protective stone, which is going to protect us from EMF, especially with the, what do we say, the electromagnetic frequencies. It's going to help us to reduce that. It is very strong in protecting us with that. It helps us also if to keep it at the bed place where it is going to, when you sleep, you can just keep it under your pillow and sleep. It's going to give you sound sleep. It's going to protect you also from Wi-Fi. So it's going to help you from so many ways. It is also one of the most important grounding stones. It's going to help us to ground ourselves, activate our Muladhara Chakra, this stone. Red jasper, the red one, is a stone of strength and stability. It also helps us to connect ourselves to earth energies. It also helps us to awaken our chi, the pranic energy. It will awaken them. It also activates our creativity. It also helps us to release guilt and shame, which comes around our sexual expressions. So this is the only thing which is unspoken truth of many people, so which has to be dealt with. So this crystal helps with all of them. Hematite is also one of the very powerful grounding and protecting stones. It helps us to balance the yin and yang, the chi, the ida and pingala. It helps us to balance them. This also is like a magnet to strength, love, courage, and memory. It also helps with stimulates our focus. It also helps us to dissolve all negative energies around us. That is how hematite, the first one, is going to help us with. Smoky quartz, also very classic protective stone. This is going to help us to remove all kind of negative energies. It is also help us to neutralize our body, our thought process. It also helps in during the time of meditation japa, you can have it in your auric space. It's going to help you to calm your mind and to do your sadhana, your meditation properly. It's also excellent in pain relief. If you have any type of pain, you keep it in your auric space. Smoky quartz is going to help us, because what happens, inflammation is what is reduced when you have this in your, and it's going to activate your Muladhara chakra, where it's going to link yourself to Mother Earth. Then automatically, when you link yourself to Mother Earth, the inflammation goes away. That is how smoky quartz works. Shungite is also very nice. It's one of the strongest grounding stones, which also helps in meditation. It helps in purifying water, basically. If you put it in water, keep it in your water jar and drink water from there, it purifies the water. It makes the water structured. See, the water, what we comes to us, it goes through millions of kilometers of piping, right? And it's stored in one place and then again comes through pipe to your glass. So the structural water which you can get in a stream is lost. But when you add this crystal into the water, so it brings back that structure into the water. It promotes health and healing. It also helps in anxiety, insomnia, and inflammation. So shungite is going to help like that. Garnet also helps in re-energizing our chakras. It helps us with to inspire love and devotion. It helps us also to activate the courage within us. It activates our pituitary gland. So this is how garnet helps us. It also helps us to regenerate our body. So this is how these crystals help us. So any of you want any of these crystals, I have sourced them from different parts of the world, so I can share it with you, these crystals. Okay. Now I will give you a short 2-3 minute break. Then okay. One more thing I'm going to tell you now. It's already 9:50 now. We have only 10 minutes. You can choose two options for you. There are two things we have to cover. One is to explain to you the sequence of pranayam. These are the basic minimum thing which we have to do. We are talking about prana, how we have to link our prana with the universal prana. So this is going to help us, these basic pranayams, which has to be a part of our daily routine, which is going to help us. I can teach you this, but it's going to take some more time. Either we can do this tomorrow, Saturday evening, same time, or you want me to continue, you can just let me know in the chat section. So then we can do that. Second thing is, I wanted to also teach you self-hypnosis, where this is going to help you to go deep down into your subconscious mind and to implant certain important affirmations on your Manomaya Kosha level and Vijnanamaya Kosha level. See, suppose you have issues, you have certain kinds of phobia or certain kinds of fear, or you want to achieve something in your life. So there are certain method to go into your subconscious mind, into your Manomaya Kosha, and to implant these things. So this is going to be a one-to-one session. You can let me know. We can help you out with this session. Okay, you can fix an appointment with me on Zoom. We can do this. Okay. Now you can take a break and we'll teach you the pranayam sequence, or we can do this tomorrow. Just let me know in chat section. Accordingly, we will do. You can type down you want it today or you want it tomorrow. Okay, Sharaji says tomorrow. Or meanwhile, you have any other questions or queries, you can ask me. We can discuss those. Whatever we have discussed till now. Okay. So tomorrow you can join me same time at 8 o'clock India time. So I'm going to teach you the basic pranayam sequence, and also I can teach you the help you to identify your keywords to get into your subconscious mind, and you can come to me a private Zoom session where I can teach you how to work with that. So we'll see how it works out. But tomorrow I'm going to teach you the basic pranayams and also the lung expansion. What happens when we live in a closed atmosphere, like we are living in an AC atmosphere, is a lung breathing capacity reduces. We shrink our lung. We don't use the lung. We actually don't know how to breathe, how not to breathe. That's the issue with us. So I'm going to teach you how to expand your lung capacity, increase your lung capacity, and add these pranayams. It's a sequence of pranayams which is going to take about half an hour of your day every day, which is worth it to live a life free of medicines, life free of any type of tablets, any type of pains. There may be, again, I cannot tell you you'll be free. You'll be Janma Mrityu Jaravadi, we cannot escape. But certain things which comes by our own stupidity can be avoided. Something which is karmic with the life lesson which I have to go through, those will remain. But this will help you to balance them, to accept them and live in peace with that. Okay. So any questions regarding all what we learned today, you can ask me, we can discuss. We have another 6 more minutes for today. You can either type it on the chat box or you can unmute yourself and then we can discuss. And also every Saturday I have this 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock session. You can join, anybody wants to join, they can join me. You can register by WhatsApping me on this number. Okay. Any questions you have, you can type on the chat box. We can discuss them. If you trust this hidden frequency. Yeah, you can unmute. 1 second. Let me try to unmute. Yeah.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna ji.
Prabhuji, I am Krishna Kumar Tamil Selvan.
Hare Krishna ji.
Dandat pranams. Prabhuji, one quick question. You were telling about the grounding Manomaya and Vinganamaya Kosha.
Mm-hmm.
There in the Niyama section, you are explaining about the surrender.
Right.
And there you mentioned that if we trust this hidden force, then life will always be. Can you
Right.
explain that one sentence, Prabhuji, again?
See, when we trust the lineage, when we trust the, say for example, you want to put your child to a school. So first thing, what do you see? You see whether the school has been recognized by the government. You may have the best lab, you may have the best teachers, but they say, oh, but we have a problem. What is that? We don't have recognition from the government, from the education board. That means you'll not put your children there. Na? So
Yeah.
the basic thing is that trust which you build up.
Okay.
So that's your trust between you and your guru, or between you and the parampara which you're linking yourself to.
So because of that, life will be always perfect. That's what you mean to say.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, Prabhuji, thank you so much. Hare
Sure,
Krishna.
sure.
And a lot of information I received about the layers of material body today. My first session on this. Thank you so much for these information.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Hope it helps you in your evolution.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Hare
Thank
Krishna.
you. Okay. Okay. So see you all then tomorrow, same time, 8 o'clock. So I'm going to teach you how to go through the pranayam sequence. So it's a very simple pranayam, not very complicated. So it's going to help you to keep your aura flowing. And I request you again, all of you, to please start walking barefoot on Mother Earth. Link yourself to Mother Earth. Okay. Thank you then. See you. Good night. Hare Krishna.